Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about how to stay positive around negative people. Now, the first thing I need to state from the outset is obviously, if you can avoid being around negative people, you should. But there are times that it could be you're in public, say you're in a store shopping, and there's someone negative, spewing forth negativity. Maybe they're even trying to talk to you and address you and tell you about the negative news of the day or whatever it may be. Or it may just be you're overhearing it because they're loud and you can't help but hear it because you have ears, and their negativity is starting to get into your mind. Now, many people start getting frustrated, they get angry with the person, why they're so negative, they're so nasty. Here's the thing. That is just a way of self-sabotage because you are now being negative about their negativity. So you've removed yourself from being positive. You removed yourself from following Philippians 4:8. You've removed yourself from thinking only about things that are lovely and of good report. And now you're thinking about them being negative. So in a weird twist, you become negative about their negativity. And that is self-defeating. Now, a simple thing you can do in that situation is to mentally, not out loud, of course, because if they're already negative, you're going to bring out something more negative in them. Maybe there is a chance for a rebuke there that is needful. I don't know. You'd have to be led by the Spirit in that regard because it depends on the individual. But what you do mentally is just bless them in your mind. Say, I cast that thought down. In your mind, you're saying this, not out loud. You just think, I cast that thought down and I bless this person. I speak peace into their lives. And I bless them. And then move on. Now, if it's in a public situation where you can go somewhere else, go somewhere else. You don't have to be around those people. Even if you're in line somewhere and maybe someone's just nasty and negative, and you're like, I need to get away from this, then just go somewhere else. Now, what if it's at a job? You work somewhere and somebody's very negative and just keeps bringing up negative things to you. But one thing is, so often in business circles, there are people doing nothing. They are socializing, they're on social media, they're babbling to each other about non-work related stuff. If you are there getting paid to do a job, what are you there babbling about sports scores and negative nonsense? You need to be doing your job. So, in those situations where it's just somebody wasting time and literally stealing time from their company just to babble about nonsense and negativity, just inform them you have to get back to work. And if they want to talk, you can talk after work. And get back to work. Don't just tell them that and then do nothing and sit there and play around social media. Get back to work. Be that honest person, ethical person who's not stealing from their company, but is doing their work to the best of their ability. Doing it unto the Lord. Now, sometimes they won't like that. Some people won't. But many of those people won't care because they'll just go on to somebody else. They have a whole office full of people they can babble to. And if they're negative anyway, who cares if they don't want to talk to you anymore? That's a good thing. That's a plus. That's a positive. They have removed their negativity from your life because they don't like the fact that you're working when they're not working, when they're just babbling. That's all right. They can go do whatever they want. They can go to other people and talk negatively about you. Well, look, he's just over there working all the time. Who cares? Get your work done. Do what you're supposed to do. Be that positive, upbeat person as you're supposed to be. Only thinking about those things that are lovely and good report. Bless that person and just move on with your day. Now, in situations where it's friends, you have to really re-examine, why are you friends with these people? Now, understand, I'm not telling you to abandon all your friends because they said one negative thing sometime. But if you are really dedicated to keeping your heart with all diligence, to only focusing on things that are lovely and good report, then you need to bring them into that. If they are your friends, your real friends, not just acquaintances, and they're negative, tell them what you're doing. If they're real friends, they may want to join you in that. being positive, following Philippians 4:8. Or they may not, and they may naturally remove themselves from your life. Now that could be hard, especially if you really like them as a friend. But do you want to just be around people because you like them or because so many years have passed so you have to be around them still, you think? When they are no longer in union with you? When where you're going is someplace they don't want to be? This is important questions to ask yourself. I know this can be hard because you love these people. They're your friends. But what you might find is these people who are so negative, who you think there's no way they possibly want to be positive, maybe they've even made fun of you for being positive. And you just think there's no way they don't want to be positive. If you just lay it out in front of them, tell them what you're doing, and you're trying to be positive, only focus on things that are lovely and good report, you will find that some of them will rise to the challenge. They know their lives are not where they want to be. They know they're not experiencing the good life that they want to have. Now, one of the things is if your life starts to change for the better because you were really diligently practicing this, they're going to naturally see, because they know you, wow, look at the change in their lives. That positivity stuff works. Following Philippians 4:8 actually works. These people are getting a better life than they had before. I know in the past when they had this problem and that problem and this problem and that problem. But those things are naturally resolved, and now they're just so positive and getting such better results in life. And they will want that. And if they don't, well, that, my friends, is life, and that's all right. You bless them anyway. You don't get in a fight or an argument over it. You don't get into negativity over it. You just bless them and move on. If they want to come with you down the narrow way to life, that's great. If they don't, well, my friend, you can't force them. You can't drag them down to life. You can't drag them to blessing. That's a choice they have to make for themselves, and unfortunately, you can't make it for them. I know you want to, and you would love to do that, but you can't. They have to make that choice. And if they choose against themselves, well, there's nothing you can do except pray for them and bless them, but you have to keep going down the narrow path. You can't stunt your growth because they're negative, or because you feel like you have some dedication to them because you've been friends with them for years, when the reality is they're literally holding you back. They want you to be negative. They're trying. It's not even purposeful. They're not trying to destroy you or trying to harm you in any way. Most cases, it's all they know. And if they don't want to change, they're refusing and rebelling against this truth, then you just have to move on, my friend. But know that in the end, you are the ultimate decision maker over what you think. Other people, what they say, what they do, does not have to affect what you think. You can stay rooted and grounded in the truth, knowing that God is good, focusing on the goodness of God, and staying in that high vibration, positive mentality. You make that choice. Other people don't make it for you. No matter what they do or say, you choose what you're going to think. Somebody does something negative, you choose whether you're going to be negative about it. This is a choice you make, my friend. And I encourage you today that you choose the choice to think life and blessing, to think only about things that are lovely and good report, and watch as your life continues to go down the glorious path to life. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.